I personally investigated the Oklahoma City bombing case. Huge cover-up. Jack Kennedy's assassination, huge cover-up. Bobby Kennedy's assassination, huge cover-up. World Trade Center, huge cover-up. Okay. Terrorism. They're using it as an excuse to take away our constitutional rights and our civil liberties.
Cosmic flame.
The Bilderbergs. The Illuminati, Bilderberg, New World Order, globalists are the element behind this. It dovetails into the satanic movement, and this movement has infiltrated into our intelligence community, the once great FBI and the CIA.
For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 68. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with a quick lesson. Lord will be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I'm going to title this Main Core, Those Who Will Be Rounded Up When Lawmart is Imposed. All right, and I say Lawmart, those of us who know, we know. All right, and it looks like, things that are happening just in many different states is leading to that. All right, an example will be even here in New York City. There's been an increase witnessing, all right, of military personnel in the streets and so on and so forth, going into certain hotels, and it's funny little things going on. They're using the whole migrant crisis as an excuse or as a reason to bring about this the military, right? But we know ultimately that this is just setting up the stage for ultimately what is known as martial law, which I call here Lawmart. Okay. And this article here is going to go into something known as Main Core. All right. Main Core, something which is done by the Central Intelligence Agency. And it's basically a mechanism that they have, or some form of database that they have. All right. As they're watching the growth of the men of the Lord. Okay. They're watching the truth being pushed throughout the whole entire world. And it's quite traumatizing to them if you really look at it. Okay, and they have programs and databases to spy on us and monitor everything we do, everything we say, because they're very terrified with the kind of power that is being exhibited on a weekly, on a daily basis, right? Especially when you send this type of information through the airwaves, by way of YouTube and so on and so forth, that truth energy is too powerful for them to control. Okay, so now they can't just sit around and do nothing about it because it's overtaken the whole entire world. So now they gotta stop it, right? Kamala Harris said when if she becomes president, right, the first thing she's gonna be going after is basically not just guns, but the freedom of speech, what they call free speech. Right, they're trying to tie in so-called free speech to make it synonymous with so-called hate speech, whatever the hell that means, right? But anyway, that's a different topic for another day. We're going to focus on this article here, all right? It says Main Core, a CIA database of 8 million who will be rounded up when martial law is imposed from the Reagan administration to the president, to the present, as part of a broader continuity of government program, COGCON or COG. Main Core is a top secret U.S. government database that contains detailed information on American citizens who are considered potential threats to national security. Okay, the existence of this database was first brought to light in 2008, with reports suggesting it has been in development since the Reagan administration as part of a broader continuity government program. Okay, now why would that be? Gotta ask yourself, why would they be focusing on this type of data collection on American citizens? What have they done that's causing you to have to ramp up this technological advancement and spying and so on and so forth? What's the point? What's the reason behind that? Okay, let's see if we can get a quick precept. Okay, because Esau, is a book of Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 1. It says, "The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are as bold as a lion," right? So without you being chased around and nobody's really coming after you, especially the Jays, ain't nobody coming after you like that, but yet you're always, seems like you're always in a run. Like you're always coming up with the ADL, like anti-Sam, and it's like you're running away from talking points by just labeling them a hateful word or whatever. You guys are a hate group. We don't communicate with hate groups. Oh, that's anti-Sam. Like, you're running away from the smoke. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you're going to get cooked. All right, that's just what it is. Okay, the truth is overwhelming. All right, overwhelming. Anyway, right, so let's go back to the article. It says, this program was originally designed to ensure government operations could continue in the event of a catastrophic emergency, such as a nuclear war or major T attack. So at least they're letting us know that they don't, let me see if we can get that real quick. Continuity of government literally is this right here. In the book of Psalm, let's see if we can find it. Right, the book of Psalm chapter 49 verse 11, it says, "Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names." Okay, and that's what this devil does on a constant daily basis, man. All right, it's like that's just who they are. In their minds, their houses shall continue forever. In other words, their inheritance, right? Their heritage, their bloodline, all right? Their rule, okay? Because right now they're in the house of rulership, and in their minds, it's going to continue forever. That's why they're coming up with all this AI, and like they basically challenging the Heavenly Father, because in their mind they could live forever, okay? Or at least they want to live forever, right? It's in the realm of possibility in their minds, of course, right? It says, "And their dwelling place to all generations," right? So Esau pushes himself upon everyone, all right? And it doesn't just, in the 50s they were doing it, now in the 80s, no. They, as the years go by, they advance with their clever ways of deception, okay, in order to maintain their control over the people of the earth. Okay, it's all done through witchcraft. But right now, as is written in Isaiah 47, I believe the 12th verse on down, right? Well, stand now with thine enchantments. Okay, basically the Lord is asking you, all right? He's pressing you, saying, "Yo, what's up? I'm here. What's up? Let's go. Go call your gods. Go do whatever you got to do. Let's go." And there's nothing they could do about it. Okay, that's how we know that this war is over. Period. As it's written, it's already written, but we're seeing the signs of them losing, all right, this information war. Okay, and when you see Esau doing that, he's about to take a drastic measure, all right, to counteract the truth going out. Okay, and that's all biblical prophecy anyway. So the Lord still got you in a checkmate, all right? So it's game over, all right? But anyway, let's go back to the article. It says, "The main core database reportedly gathers vast amounts of personal and financial data from various intelligence agencies, including the NSA, FBI, and CIA, without the need for warrants or court orders. It is believed to store the main core or essential intelligence information on individuals, potentially including millions of Americans," right? They said the database's purpose is to identify track, and possibly detain these individuals during a national crisis. The information collected over the years has raised significant privacy and civil liberties concerns. Critics argue that such surveillance and data collection measures can lead to abuses of power and the infringement of individual rights under the guise of national security. MAINCOR is a part of a series of government programs and plans aimed at maintaining continuity and control during the national crisis or a national crisis. So it could be anything at this point, right? What happened with CrowdStrike was a few months ago. That could be back. But this time, not just CrowdStrike, but many different major digital platforms that has to do with money, has to do with the military, has to do with media, the banks, right? All at once. Yeah, that's definitely going to do something. It's going to shake things up. There's going to be mass confusion everywhere, man. People not going to know where to turn, left or right. Because shit. It says these programs include Rex 84, right? Readiness Exercise 1984, right? Operation Garden Plot, and provisions in the National Defense Authorization Act, otherwise known as NDAA, which we're going to also go into, all right, later down in the article, all right? Rex 84, which is Readiness Exercise 1984, was a plan developed during the Reagan administration to manage and control large numbers of American citizens. Really should be African American citizens, because that's the original draft of the Rex 84. It literally says to basically eliminate 20 million so-called blacks. Okay. It says of American administration to manage and control large numbers of American citizens in the event of a national emergency. It included provisions for detaining potential subversives, and was first revealed during the Iran-Contra hearings in 1987. Okay. Garden Plot, otherwise known as Operation Garden Plot, was a U.S. Army and National Guard plan created to respond to major civil disturbances. It keeps talking about civil disturbances. They're going to use the army and all that to come against people, not regular American people. And they're setting the stage for it. In the video we did yesterday, going into, the military trainings that's happening, the police being trained, and so on and so forth, in suburban areas, talking about they're doing a drill or whatever. Okay, it's preparation for what they're about to do. You notice a lot of these roads are being redone in a lot of these suburban areas. So, anyway, continuing, it says, together, these programs present or represent a comprehensive approach by the U.S. government to prepare for and respond to significant internal crisis, potentially involving large-scale detentions and the imposition of Walmart. Okay? And that's going to happen because it's already in the works. Okay? They're not going to go all this while and they're not going to pull the trigger. Are you one of the millions of innocent American citizens that have been designated a threat to national security by the U.S. government? Well, scary times we're living in. The government of the United States announced that they were going to go with FEMA sea camps to control the spread of any V's. But for those of you who don't know this, FEMA is another word for Walmart, and a way to control the population. Okay? This is crazy. No one knows exactly how many documents Edward Snowden illegally accessed and downloaded, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Let's read. Okay. Nope. Jump this. MAINCOR is the code name of an American governmental database that is believed to have been in existence since the 1980s. So since the 1980s, and it's kind of interesting around that time, right? Because the truth really came out. When you listen to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, all right, on down, the bishops and all those men who were there back then, right? They always give us that history, that background of what we're involved in. How did it all come about? So now we understand it. Okay, we completely understand it. And we know that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the prophecy in the book of Malachi, the 4th chapter, was fulfilled during the 60s and the 70s, really. Okay, when Rabbi Abba Bivens, all right, the Lord sent him here and put the spirit on him, open up his mind to be able to put certain pieces together, at least to lead the way. See, to lead the way, and then the rest is history. Okay, the rest is history. So, the Lord then put the spirit on Elder Apostle Tahar, okay, to keep on with the ministry, and it's crazy because that's why we say we have the 100% truth, because that's pure, right? And his name in English, all right, Tahar in English is pure. Okay, so the Lord put a man who is pure in heart, pure in mind, pure in spirit, right? And even his name to push his pure doctrine. That's how we know that we're following after the true doctrine of Yahushua. All right, it's a spiritual thing, man. So all these other camps, they talking all this extra shit. It's all carnality, if you notice, right? It doesn't have that umph to it. You know what I mean? It's just bullshit that they're just spewing, and the Lord's going to dismantle all that in no time. All right, the shakeup is coming for sure. Okay, it's coming, and it's not going to take long to get here either. It says, it is believed that MainCore is a federal database containing personal and financial data of millions of United States citizens, believed to be threats to national security. Okay, see how vague that is? Oh, you're a threat to national security. What does that even mean? What does national security even mean? It says the data, which is believed to come from the NSA, FBI, CIA, and other sources, is collected and stored without warrants or court orders. The database's name derives from the fact that it contains copies of MainCore or essence of each item of intelligence information on Americans produced by the FBI and other agencies of the U.S. intelligence community. Right? So they gather information and then they narrow it down to them what troubles them the most, right? And they make it a thing where it's, okay, this person is this, and that. This person is part of this, and that, But guess what? It's all a futile effort. If you dare come against this truth in any way, shape, or form, you're going to reap the benefits of that. Okay? So continue, it says, as of 2008, there were allegedly 8 million Americans listed on the database as possible threats. Damn. Often for trivial reasons whom the government may choose to track, question, or detain in a time of crisis. You hear that? That shit is crazy. It's crazy. It says the existence of the database was first asserted in May 2008 by Christopher Ketchum, and again in July 2008 by Tim Sharrock. As you will see below, there's actually a list that contains the names of at least 8 million Americans known as MainCore that the U.S. intelligence community has been compiling since the 1980s. Okay, and then it goes in, got a couple of things down here as well, but let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think that should be it. Okay. Right. This one is good. We could end it off with this one here. It says one former intelligence official described MainCore as an, quote, an emergency internal security database system. EISDS. Emergency internal security database system. The fuck? Designed for use by the military in the event of a national catastrophe. What have we been seeing lately? The military troops flying around, driving around, getting gas like everybody else and shit, right? holding their guns in United New York City train stations and all that. A lot of military drills happening on the East Coast and around the country, right? So what do we have to say about that? All we're saying is a sword is being sharpened and is furbished and is given into the hand of the slave. Okay. So it says a suspension of the Constitution or the imposition of Lomart. Okay, that's when Main Core becomes a thing, an emergency internal security database system. Let's see. All right, the following information seems to be fair game for collection without a warrant. All right, so these are the kind of things that they're collecting on brothers and whoever might be in the truth or subscribe to the truth. You know, they deem us threats. Okay, anyone who's not going along with the agenda is deemed a threat. Is deemed a domestic T. That's the next thing they're going to do. And guess what? They have cronies who are going to enforce these type of stupid laws, man. You know. It says the email addresses you send to and receive from, and the subject lines of those messages. They have that. The phone numbers you dial, the numbers that dial into your line, and the durations of the calls. They got that information as well. The internet sites you visit and the keywords in your web searches. They got that information as well. The destinations of the airline tickets you buy. That's it right there. The amounts of locations of your ATM withdrawals. Damn. Shit. This nigga's here. Oh man. All right. So you be tracking all that? Shit, this nigga. It says the goods and services you purchase on credit cards. Damn. See, they already tracking this type of information in the current system we have now. So what do you think is going to be happen with this Main Core and all this extra shit? What do you think is going to happen when, in the time of trouble and chaos, like, you know what I'm saying? All of this information is archived on government supercomputers and, according to sources, also fed into the Main Core database. Look at that. Damn, bro. So they know they put your name up and they got everything about you. So now, who's to say, right, this system right here is what they're going to use for the CHIP. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, you got Main Core, you got people who are on this list. They're the ones who are resisting. So now we're going after them. We know where they live. We know where they probably work. We know, we can come around. We can come around. But the rest, they don't care about them. They're going to take it any damn way. Let's see. There you go. It's the book of Revelation. Let me see. Chapter 7, verse 10, it says, and cried. Actually, let's read it a little bit at the top. All right. Revelation chapter 7, verse 9, it says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Right. So those nations and kindreds and people goes back to Israelites who were not recognized by John during that time of his vision. Okay. So right then and there today, we describe it as Israelite foreigners, right? You might look like you might look Chinese, right? But for some reason, you just vibe different when it comes to the real Chinese people. See? So that's just a quick example of what we're talking about here, right? That all these people from all nations and kindreds and people and so on and so forth, they're Israelites, right? Because those are the ones who are going to be saved. See? So they're Israelites, number one. All right. Let me see something here. And number two, they're Israelite foreigners, right? They look like these other nations, right? These other kindred, they speak these different tongues and so on and so forth. But their spirit goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, makes them Israelites. Okay? And eventually they'll pick up on it. It's just within them, but it's not unlocked. See? And most of the time you meet these people, it unlocks. It just, something comes out, you know, when they link with you. Anyway, it says, and tongues that stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, representing victory and purity, right? It says, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And all the angels stood round about the throne, and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces, and worshipped the Most High, saying, Amen, Amen, blessing, the glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our power forever and ever. Amen. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go through all this trouble and all that, but we're reading about the victory here. Okay, we're reading about the victory. When you go down to Revelation, the 7th chapter, when you go up a little bit more, right? As a matter of fact, let's read the first couple of verses, right? Revelation 7:1, it says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth. And part of the 4 winds, okay, not as ultimately talking about the missiles, right, but also the trouble, the pain that comes to this place with these wicked ass people, man. You know, the judgments from the Lord, right? You got one wind that could come in and it's just like straight up just the Lord just cooking people. I mean, all kinds of different ways. Wow. It's like almost like a judgment, a pandemic of judgment. The Lord's just cooking motherfuckers. It becomes a pandemic. They're gonna be calling who that gonna be coming in. Yo, we have a pandemic of global concern. There's some power just cooking everybody left and right. Hey, we don't know what's going on. This is unlike anything we've ever imagined. That's what the Lord is gonna do. All right. He's going to do that. He's going to let those angels loose and they're going to start cooking, roasting, frying, microwaving. All right. It says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Okay, so again, all that time passed. Now we're here, and Esau knows that there is a special group of people, the elect, who the servants of the Lord, who have that seal of the Heavenly Father on their foreheads. All right, the main core. All right, the main core, the elect, the main core. When you go into that word core, right, or even main, let's do that, right? Main, see what that word means, right? It says, ooh, I like that. It says power, bodily strength, force, violent effort, strength of mind or will, right? Supernatural power. Okay, main, the word main, all right, supernatural power. Okay, strength, power, ability. Okay, to have power, man. Okay, royal power or authority. Okay, military strength, application of force. All right. So since the 1980s, they've been collecting information. Why? Because that's when majority of the prophets started coming around during the 1980s, whether they're being born or, you know, they're just about to be, you know, brought into this faith. Okay, you had the crack epidemic during that time in the so-called black and brown communities. All right, that's all done by design. That was Esau's attempt to do away with the Lord's people. Okay, once again, I should say, right? Another attempt, failed attempt. See, and they're going to do it one last time and they're going to fail miserably. Okay, and this time they're not going to get another 50 years or another 100 years to get it together and come back. Nope, you're done. It's over with. It's your last shot, bitch. So let's go now. We're going to look up the word. So it says main core, right? Now we're going to look up the word core, right? Let's see what it says. It says heart or inmost part of anything. Damn. Wow. Right? It says literally the heart. Right? It says meaning a central portion cut and removed. Right? Meaning it's separated. Right? So the elect is the Lord's main core, the supernatural, powerful beings that are separated from everybody else. Okay, that's why we're not going along to get along. Hence, we end up on the Esau list like that. All right, meaning internal mold of a casting, which fills the space intended to be left hollow. Right. Let's see. Yep, that's pretty much it on that word core. Right. So a central portion. Okay. The internal molding of something, like this is the core, the middle of it, the center. See, the heart. The heart. So the main supernatural, right? It says supernatural power, which is main, right? Royal power or authority, man. Right? So hey, we gonna rejoice for being on a list like this, man. Esau trying to demonize us and turn our glory to shame. But guess what? The Lord going to flip everything around. Okay? Let's get that real quick. All right. This is... let's see. Nice. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 19. It says, "Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee." Right? And Esau trying to afflict us. The Lord said he's going to undo that. And he going to undo all that. Okay? And ultimately, all that afflicts us is talking about the curses, right? And within the curses, you have everything else, right? So it says, "Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame." Okay. Oh my goodness, those are Israelites. Oh, those are the Lord's chosen people. Yo, hey, Psalms 110:3. "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power." Okay. Was it Isaiah 59:19? "When the enemy shall come in like a flood, then the Heavenly Father is going to lift up a standard against him." Okay. Was that Job, the 20th chapter? "When he's about to fill his belly, then the Most High is going to cast the wrath of his fury upon him." Okay. So Esau, understand that no matter what you do, no matter how you do it, you always come to the same conclusion of complete and utter destruction, because you are the son of perdition. All right. Esau, Edom, is a son of perdition. The so-called Jays and all these different people that think they can rule the world in this type of wickedness, they are the people and the sons of the wicked and of perdition, and the people that the Lord will have war with from generation to generation, man, forever. All right, until the day comes where we get you just get decimated and you up out of there, man. Okay, the real Holocaust. Okay, so yeah, man, just wanted to bring that out real quick. Lord willing, you were edified and informed. All right, and I might do a follow up on this, because there's a little bit more information on certain things, but I don't want to deviate too much from the topic itself. But Lord willing, you were edified nonetheless. And in closing, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Ruach HaKodesh, the water Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, and until next time, Shalom.